Rest is FLY. You see, I go by the code of the doctor of the mix, and these reasons I'll tell you why. You see, I'm 6'1" and I'm tons of fun, and I dress to a T. You see, I got more clothes than Muhammad Ali, and I dress so viciously. I got bodyguards, I got 2 big cars, that definitely ain't the whack. I got a Lincoln Continental and a sunroof Cadillac. So after school, I take a dip in the pool, which is really on the wall. I got a color TV so I can see the Knicks play basketball. Hear me talking my checkbook, but it costs more money than a sucker could ever spend. But I wouldn't give a sucker or a punk from the rock and not a dime till I made it again. Everybody go, hotel, motel, what you gonna do today? Cause I'm gonna get a fly girl, gonna get some spring and drive off in a death OJ. Everybody go, hotel, motel, holiday in. You see, if your girl starts acting up, then you take her friend. I'm out the G, I'm out mellow, it's on you, so what you gonna do?
Well, it's on and on and on and on and on. The beat don't stop until the break of dawn. I said a M-A-S, a T-E-R, a G with a double E. I said I go by the unforgettable name of the man they call a Master G. Well, my name is known all over the world by all the foxy ladies and the pretty girls. In history as the baddest rapper that ever could be. Now I'm feeling the highs and you're feeling the lows. The beat starts getting into your toe. You start popping your fingers and stomping your feet and moving your body while you're sitting and you're sitting. Then damn, you start doing the freak. I said bam, right out of your seat. Then you throw your hands high in the air. You're rocking to the rhythm, shake your dairy air. You're rocking to the beat without a care. With the short shot MCs for the affair. Now I'm not as tall as the rest of the gang, but I rap to the beat just the same. I got a little face and a pair of rhyme eyes. All I'm here to do, ladies, is hypnotize. I sing it on and on and on and on and on. The beat don't stop until the break of dawn. I sing it on and on and on and on and on like a hot butter. The pop, the pop, the pop, the pop, the pop, pop. You don't dare stop or come alive, y'all. Give me what you got. I guess by now you can take a hunch and find that I am the baby of the bunch, but that's okay. I still keep it strong, cause all I'm here to do is just a wiggle your behind. The beat don't stop until the break of dawn. I sing it on and on and on and on and on. Rock, y'all. I do it on the floor. I'm gonna freak your head. I'm gonna freak your day.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Friday Stream. Right, part 2 on the headpiece with Lady Deathwing. Here's where we are at the moment. So I've got to really sort this out. I've got to re-glue some of this. This is came a bit loose. So what we're going to do is, so what we've done is, okay. So we've got the. We've got to basically re-glue some of this. It came a bit wrong, I'm afraid. Look up to actually plug in the right. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to basically tidy these up a bit. These are like, we've done 2 of them already. Let's get this up a bit. There we are. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to just literally bend these around, and then I can actually re-glue these, right? Because they are a bit cockeyed. Trouble is, to be honest, you really have to use, this is what, I'm not basically going to start these again, basically redo them in the thinner foam, but these are really ideal, to be honest, with 3mm foam because it's a lot more versatile, but this will I'm just going to keep that to that, so literally basically will, I've got basically curve this side a bit. And what I'll do is, once I'll leave these to keep it shape. That's okay, so this bit I need to re-glue. It's a bit of a pain in the arse to try and get this around. So I'm going to have to basically get some heat treatment on this. There we are, that's basically perfect. That literally basically is going to keep it in place. Now what we do is basically this bit here, I need to actually curve this around. See, like the previous time I did this was in Plasso, transparent foam, and because that's more of a you know, less, it's more flexible. You know, you can heat it, it'll basically go rubbery, and then once you can still it together, it'll keep its shape, so it's easy to manipulate. So we're going to leave that like that. We've got, this one's okay to be honest, it's just that corner there. And what I do is I'm going to basically heat this up again. Heat this up again and then join this with this blue tape, and then that will keep its shape once it's cooled down. I don't want to put too much heat on it because this thing, as I said, this material does allow it to actually burn. And if you basically have made a mistake with the hot air gun and actually basically gone to, you're supposed to keep about 7 centimetres away with a hot air gun, but because this is if you do burn it, then you've got like a lot of sort of covering up to do. You know, if I basically do that mistake, right, and I'm not saying I'm perfect, I'll actually sand it back with some very fine grit paper, and so I've got a very good surface, so it's basically almost smooth. So what we're going to do is just basically stick these temporarily together, leave those to cool, then re-glue them. So that's so far what we've done is, that's 2 of them we've done so far, but we need to do a little bit more on them, as I say. So just this little bit of a point, because I can actually get to turn this on the heat. Now that's getting all sort of flexible now. And then what I can do is just a little bit of temporary measure there, a little bit of a small bit of heat there. I mean, this is all going to be covered in magma coals anyway, so it's going to be like profiled back, sort of like any sort of nasty edges that we basically missed off, right? We'll make it good. And then any gaps I've got, I'll put some foam clay or flexion filler in them. So basically, you know, and then sand it back. And then we'll basically get the tape around that edge, top, the tip here. Because I did this Tuesday afternoon. So, you know. Right, okay, so leave those for now. I've got to heat up the glue because it's a bit chilly in there. So you can tell the glue is basically affected by the temperature because it's gone a bit sort of like cloudy. So just tease it up to the heat, not too much. So it's getting liquid a bit already. Trouble is, if you put this up against extreme heat, such as like in a very warm room with the central heater on, this will liable to go off. And of course, if you've got like, you know, if you keep the tin open, then this stuff's going to go rock hard, and basically, like, you know, you can't do nothing about it. You have to throw the tin away. It's quite a bit of money to actually waste away on sort of not sort of looking after your tins of glue. You know, I'm going by experience. I'm not, you know, again, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I'm only human, man. So what we do is just go to lay tiny so what we're going to do is going to basically literally get them out like that. I'm just going to like one of my mixing palettes here. Put that on there, put that on there, so that's all together. And then just basically take these to there. So that's like my point of reference. Staple these, take these to here. So I've actually got a point of reference of where, like, you know, goes. Otherwise, you know, you're going to make a mistake. So there you go. So that's how we're going to do it. There we go, so just about, that's a point of reference to me. Right, so that's basically literally liquefied. I might have to basically put a little bit more heat on it. I'm just going to basically literally get the glue to right, off we go. Now, so I'm going to get some surgical gloves on. Because like this stuff is, I put the surgical gloves on for painting and also for, like, you know, it becomes like it's basically not good for your hands if you're basically using the Dremel for the foam, and of course it mixes up the glue. It basically, you know, it's not good for your hands. You know, I don't sort of get dermatitis as such. Right, so we've got two more to build. So I'm going to basically lay it out exactly. So that one's like C3. So that's C2, and hopefully I should have C1. Right, so there you go. So that's our horn diagram. Right, so we've got two more horns to actually make. Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to try and get this to work right first time. It is right, so that's how we're going to start the first stage. So we're going to have to basically do this really slowly because, you know, it's worked out for the first two, but I've done a sort of, it's always the first, it's the first dragon's horns, right? That could be a complete mess. And then when you do the third one, it literally becomes perfect. You know, so, you know, 4 times in a row. So what we're going to do, we're going to basically start this edge with shit. that's not. No, just leave me there, stay there. Right, so we're going to have to bend that now. So this last bit here, we're going to basically do it in 2 sections now. So that bit goes there like so. Let's tidy this edge up, it's a bit untidy. So we're going to basically do this very, very slowly because, you know, I've been trying to get these right first, both of these, you know, I'm going to be well happy. So a little, just a little smidge, little dab of contact adhesive on each, both of the sizes, you know. A little bit more just for good measure, and then I can actually spread it around on here. I'm trying to basically not to have too many horrid glue marks. I mean, to be honest, Katsumi Cosplay, when she basically showed you tutorial on how to use contact adhesive, she makes it so easy, but you know, it's just basically literally practice really. You know, you can't really, best way to do it is actually literally practice on offcuts of EVA foam, and basically glue them, and then suddenly hopefully they will be okay. So just basically spread that. I was in a bit of a rush last week. I mean, it took me 3 hours to actually do the cutting, the tracing out, the cutting, and also actually assembling two dragon songs. Tissue. So that goes on there. Just basically get rid of some of this glue, just excess glue, because we just basically got to make this go tacky, and then we can actually start joining this together. I know some people in the plastic fabrication industry and actually sellotape bits of acrylic with a bevel on them to actually make a box. You know, like you have the displays in department stores. Right, so we're going to start by actually bending this a bit. As I said, with 3mm, it's going to be, you know, you could use low density foam on this. It's basically a little bit flexible than this high density, but you know. So literally going to take each side as I glue it. But the thing is, I can't go too far with the tape. It's basically me trying to actually peel it off, particularly on the inside. Once this is all sort of secure, then I can actually continue to glue. I've just got to leave those to just basically go solid for the while. Be right back, guys. I really must go and get a drink.
She's like, I didn't know.
Right, and we are back. Now what I can do with these, let's just basically see where we are. C1 and C2, just leave those over here. And I'm basically going to heat this edge here. And just, there we are, that's perfect. That's the way it needs to be done. And that's basically sticking. Okay, that's done. E-O-N-E. Oops, steady, 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 steady. And let's basically go get some glue on the little thing, because I don't want to put too much. That's the, and then onto this edge, do the same on the other side. Because I can basically do both of them and wait for this to go tacky, and then I can actually then get some more tape ready. Just going to actually smooth that off a bit so that you haven't got too much of the okay. I'm going to have to basically put tape on the outside this time because otherwise it's going to basically go tits up. Doing that. So where I've glued, I've actually basically got the tape to actually basically bond it a bit more. Good idea, to be honest, to actually go. And then that edge here, that's literally a bit of place like that. There we are. So that's that a bit down. Got a bit of blodge on there, so a little bit of spot on there, so just maybe get it tight, put it on there. And then on the other side, I will have to basically put some more glue on there. Just get a tissue paper, clean the spatula. A 1,000 carpet fitters can't go more with this stuff. We're basically laying or even like vinyl lino tiles or flooring. that in there because that's making that bottom a bit unstable because I've heated it up a bit to actually get the glue to go liquid again. So this side here, I've used this glue on insulation foam to build a dragon tool for my pauldrons, for my deathwing, and what happens is it actually melts it, which is no deal. It will glue, and just basically have to keep it solid, keep it like, you know, bond it a bit more with some tape to get it to glue, and just basically get back to it and sand it and prep it. More, get another. I've got another roll of blue tape. I think I have. Yeah, I've got 2 rolls. Go through this like dose of salts. Okay, so we're done on that. Let's go back to the other one we did previously. Just leave that there. I'm back here doing it in stages, so literally once all this is dried off, I can actually start putting the sections on them. And that makes it going to be very ambitious and actually glue these edges together. Let's just clean the nozzle because like it's just tends to like bubble, sort of like run up. That's done. Next one, next edge. The first one of these, I made my mistake in like sort of like where to go once I was in too much of a rush. I do apologise. It's not unlike me to actually rush these. Get rid of all this excess because I will have to basically sand this down to basically hide the edges and probably put some contact adhesives, not contact, some flex fill or some foam clay. So get some more tape. Back on here. Right, put some of this in the bin. Right, just basically take some of this excess off so it doesn't get yeah, that's right. So I just look at the right one. I sort of basically did it all, totally completely pulled it up. that will stick definitely. Just go basically put some tape around there again. So basically there's a lot of time and patience. That's not basically rough this. As I said, Katsuni cosplay makes it so easy, but you know, if you haven't done it before, you've got to really sort of like find out what, you know, you can literally basically stop and think and take the time. Now this bit I've just got literally take these off at the moment because it's tape space. Right, so just do this a little bit at the top here. I mean, the dragon's halls are the main key component for the headpiece, to be honest. So, you know, you can't sort of literally sort of shortcut out of them. You can't, you know. I mean, there's so many ways of doing actually making dragon's halls. But this insulation foam, particularly for a headpiece, it's not going to be ideal for the wearer because, like, she will have to wear this for the whole con, and they're basically going to be heavy as hell. Especially you have to basically cover it in the warbler as well. Warbler's okay, you know, but it does, to be honest, it protects your armour, but it does add weight to like foam armour. And it's very good to paint as well. Right, so that is basically solid. I'm going to basically tighten this all together. What I'm going to do next, I'm just going to leave those to actually work their magic again. And then basically go and get the last one, so we've got like two more dragons, one more dragon's hall to knock out, so we have two of them in the manufacture. So remember, that is C3, that is C4, that is C1, and that is C2. So we're doing exactly the same as before with you have to do these last minute sanding things just to make sure this is going to fit. So there we go. So that bevel's there 45 degrees. That bevel's, so it's 45 degree there, right? That side, 45 degree there. So literally, hopefully, fingers crossed, this will actually sand itself together. You know, he says, tongue in cheek there. We do the same thing, we just do it in stages. Just going to basically do a little bit in there, so that's that done. Just basically got to make sure we're just going to basically so about there. I was into like sort of listening to the Clash and some Sex Pistols, even though I was only 12, and all the girls were really into Saturday Night Fever. You know, this is when I was at school, in the first year at school. There. So the biggest film in 1978 we all wanted to see was Grease. Well, 1978 was Star Wars, and then it's basically followed by Grease, with John Travolta delivering Newton-John. Someone actually gave me the Grease album for like my birthday. Make sure these are parallel. Right, just going to leave those two cure, then we have to basically do the rest of it. Right, so this is so we have to basically really tidy up this flat edge. Here. That goes on there. Right, what we're going to do is just basically going to glue that edge here. I've just got to go and get a decent pen. Right, it works, hurrah! I can't go to Ryman Stationery, they shut up for like duration, so we're going to glue up to that bit there. I could actually use a bit of old foam to actually spread it a bit more. I mean, the glue's alright in summer, no problem, but it's a cold months, it basically just turns to like a sort of a glob of putty. One of my cosplay friends, she's got about sort of 6 cans of the stuff stashed away in her craft room. Now that's a lot of, you know. Right, that's going to bond now. Okay, so that's basically sort of twisted itself, unfortunately. Oh, hang on. Try that again. Let's basically tie this up. Right, let's try this again. Right, we just basically clean it up again because that didn't actually work. So that goes like that. What I'm going to have to do is, another way of doing this. Oh, it is that. Oh, you burnt. You conquer, Andy. Oh my God. Everything's on the side. That's it. Just realised I got it upside down. Thanks for that. So we're going to do the same thing. This time we're going to mark it up from there. That's where we're going to basically glue up to. And just basically glue it as we go on. I don't look like basically putting loads of glue because it's going to take me ages to actually, you know, by the time I actually reach the end of it, the glue's gone dry and not going to bond. See, another way to do it is actually make layers of like 10mm foam, right? Using this pattern, trace them all out, say about, you need a lot of foam for this, so you probably have 3 for there, 3 for there, 3 for there. So you need to do 4 dragon tongs to actually do the whole roll, and you're basically talking a lot of crafting in like 10mm to shape it, you know. then you know, it'll be light. You know, it's not like insulation foam, but it's so many different ways. I mean, these dragon tools are hollow, so you know, it is easier. You know, I've got to make some dragon skulls in one of my future cosplays, right? And that's basically 4 dragon skulls per pauldron. Sorry, 2 dragon skulls. Sorry, four. A set of pauldrons, but with 2 dragon skulls on each one, in different colours of the dragon aspects. And that's in concept at the moment. That's actually being drawn out. Right, so get the tape. I'm holding this. Now I can really tighten that tape. Put that there. Reinforce it around the edge here, because I will peel this off once this has basically gone solid. Right, and just leave that, then basically get back to the next one. So we're going to leave those 2 babies to dry, get back to this. So I'm just going to basically literally trim off some of this excess masking tape on both ears, because I've actually got to marry this up to like the rest of it. We're going to trim this all off here. I'm just doing this properly. I don't want to be rushing it just to try and impress my audience. You know, whatever you do here, right? You might, you might, gives you inspiration. You know, don't sort of quote me on this, whether it's going to be, you know, it'll work. I mean, this is the first time I've ever done a headpiece. You see, so. Take all this tape off the bottom here. So this is basically gone solid. So we've left that. It says, if I look at the, let's have a look again. Right, allow the adhesive to become dry to the touch. About, you know, they're basically literally full bond is achieved in 24 hours. So you've got a solid bond within like tomorrow afternoon when I return to it. I'm just going to basically trim some of this masking tape off so I can actually get to the access of both of these areas. I'm going to take this one off as well. And then once we've done that, we can then, oh shit, get it off, that's basically gone. Okay, so just basically put a little bit of tape down on here temporarily. There's a lot of like taping up, gluing. I know it's a pain in the butt, but you know, if I want to get this done perfect. I'm a fussy sod. So if you have a look, so let's just basically bring this camera over there. So that's what we've done. So you've got your you've got this pattern here, and that is like to that. So 1 and 2, and then you've got like the second bit 2 and 3. So literally you've got to basically marry them up to actually make the dragon song. You know, simple, not really. It's not too infernal, unfortunately, but the thing is, it's got to be done. You know, you've got to, you know. Just trim all this masking tape. So there we are. So we've got a clear run there now. So let's just have a look where we are. So that side there, got bond with that. Right, because of course we do need to basically put a little bit of a heat on it, underneath of course. And it will accelerate the drying time for the glue. What we do is we do the same for this. Right, we start at the bottom first, and we'll then work our way up. We're going to do it in stages, not just basically rush it and basically have a lot of gluey mess everywhere. See where I am with this. Oh, I know what I did. I just realised C3 I accidentally beveled. Never mind, we'll basically have to basically glue and bear it so they can go away around it. I made the right balls up there. Shit. So they're both like, I've got Aziz in a thin bond. Then tape again. Always have like a roll of decorator's tape when you're actually securing something that's quite, quite sort of awkward together. It might look good flat from the pattern, but when it comes to the country of actually getting this to actually work, it's a totally different matter. No wonder, hang on. Let's have a double check. Let's see if I can see those red and red. So what I'm doing is actually flattening this edge here, which should be days ago, 2 nights ago, I played PUBG, right? And it's just after the patch. So we might have a map called Miramar. It's like a Mexican, sort of Spanish sort of map, right? Anyway. I've just basically picked up a open top it's like a muscle car, right? To travel from like one part into like a circle. So I came hairy round the corner. This is what has actually happened. Came hairy round the corner. Next minute, the whole map glitched. Right? So I flipped the car over, right? We were like a duo team, you know, duo sort of like party. And what happened was, the car was actually gliding in the air, right, like flying, and then it fell into the ground, into the map, revealing like a load of sea, you know, water. And suddenly it got back up to like ground level, flipped over, and basically like landed itself onto the telegraph pole impaling the car. So we all got out, and I can't move. I can move, I can't even fire my weapons, and I actually like basically skating across the ground instead of walking. So I had to basically reset the whole PC to do it. It's a glitch. It's quite funny, you know. That happened to be before in World of Warcraft Battlegrounds in WSG. I crashed in the map whilst carrying some flag. So you can see this. So everyone said, "What are you doing? What are you doing, Hunter? What are you doing, Hunter?" So literally, you see the horse flag going across like the like out, you know, like the open area towards like the alliance thing, and basically, you know, and basically like drifted. And finally, when I got down, when I got to our base and actually planted the flag, because the whole the alliance flag was still with us, so they've been heavily defended. It was it just glitched out. Right, that's better. That's a more clean cut. Right, let's do a dry test. So that's going to basically marry up with that, like so. So there's a bit of tape. So what we're going to do, we're just going to basically glue sections of it again. Sorry about it, I had to do a bit of modifications on this guy, so you know, I wanted it to basically go perfect. So there we are. So that's where we're going to glue up to, that little line there. Put too much in, you get a little sticky mess. I'm just doing bit by bit, do not rush it. Yeah, so C2 to C3, you've got to double check, always double check before you glue it, otherwise you're going to basically be causing more work. Oh dear, God's sake. Okay, I better put the battery onto the laptop. That's basically running low. There we are. I keep forgetting to do that. what I'll do is I'll basically get a little bit of tape, adjust it under there. Right. Do the rest of it. Right, both sides again. Oh, it's a bit of a pain, but you know, I want to try and get this done properly, man. Move that up to like that. Perfect, that's good. Like this is going to be a little, probably a little bit easier. Let's just make you see. Be a bit ambitious here. Okay, so it's taken me an hour and 14 minutes just to basically get both of these underway. So, you know, that's not good. That's good. That's not productive, man. To basically clean this glue stick up, this glue spreader, or even, as I said, use a bit of old EVA foam. Just going to need that tincture. So far we've got like a mass production of Dragon's Hall at the moment. So we've got these two here done. So we've got these two here done. Yep. You've got to, like, I mean, the way of designers, I mean, I had a look at like the finished product that Katsumi does, Katsumi Cosplay does, and basically they should be curved. Provided I have actually put it to the right sections glued together. Right, so we can continue back onto this baby here. Just make it warm up a bit, it's a little bit getting colder. Not bad for about £5 for two of these large empty tube bottles. And also basically with the previous ones I had, I kept on losing the red caps on them, so these are basically they're like sort of a ketchup bottles. You can fill them with tomato sauce or something like that, you know, for your burgers or chips. Sorry, I mustn't mention food.
Took a pill in Ibiza to show Avicii I was cool. And when I finally got sober, felt 10 years older, but fuck it, it was something new. I'm living out in LA. I drive a sports car just to prove I'm a real big baller, cause I made $1 million and I spend it on girls and shit. But you don't wanna be high like me, never really know why like me. You don't ever wanna step off that roller coaster and be all alone. You don't wanna ride the bus like this, never know who to trust like this. You don't wanna be stuck up on that station, stuck up on that station. Oh, I know a sad soul, running
Right, so that's done. I'm just going to basically go back to the house because I'm going to get another drink. It's freezing cold in here. I can't really have my fan heater on. You know, it's quite a powerful sort of fan heater. It blows out, you know, quite a chunk of air. So, I mean, it likes tripping the electrics, unfortunately. What happens is you basically got it on for about, say, about half an hour. Basically, all the lights go off. Right, be right back.
about this page too. No. Sure? Oh, you didn't get any dick? Oh. Tell him to step up his game. You're looking at my stream, trying to see Crystal's page. We're about to reveal it to Crystal and everyone else is waiting here. So we can redo that hype train. Everybody train, I mean, there's nothing. We're just hyping it up for them as whatsoever, because, you know. But are you actually here though? Can we show you?
Right, so, okay, let's continue, guys. Just try and basically, my hands are fucking numb. Right, so we need to basically glue that. We're just going to go back to like the ones we need to repair.
Everyone did the circle on thing of like things, and then Crystal was like, hype, I guess. Did you show me? Fucking show me. Did you show me, bitch?
Just going to basically put a little bit there because I want to basically get these, at least 2 of them ready. Just basically do the other side. Just leave that to set. Get the tape again, and then just basically. Right, so that one's D-O-N-E, that one's A-OK. We might have to basically just put a little bit of glue down there, just basically got to make sure these are going to basically bond a bit more. This one I think I might have to actually compromise and put some foam clay in there and sand it back. Oh shit. So I know it looks a bit of a mess, but you know, if I use like thinner foam, 10mm is totally 10mm or 8mm foam is totally out of the question for this. It won't work. You're going to be like struggling to try and get these to curve and actually buckle. Let's basically get that to glue there. So we've got this little gap here which got to fill in. What I'll do is I'll basically go and get this sanded down a bit. And we've got like a clean edge to actually start re-gluing, like so. Right, so just going to I'll just turn it down a bit.
You were born that far away, so we could both get fun of distance. Like you were mama, foreign and forever looking back up.
What we're going to do is then start profiling the scene. know it's a bit noisy. Right, so what we can do is curve this around just a fraction. That's right, that's right. So far I've been alive about 1.5 hours just doing this. So that's not glued, shit. That's okay. That bit's okay, so, lordy. That's the place there.
Now you know that the time has come, and they said it would never come.
I'm just going to pinch that place into there, so literally that will hold. That needs to be parallel, it wasn't parallel, shit. trouble is that air is a bit rough. Better to be done now. Let's find out if it's not going to work. Then maybe try and put the whole lot together onto the headpiece, onto the crown, and maybe. Ah, lordy, lordy, lordy. I had this problem with, to be honest, I had this problem with making breastplate, I think it was. To get it sort of literally, I mean, there's that's okay, that's stuck. And that basically got to go there. So they're going to leave that to go tacking within about 5 to 10 minutes. Too much in there. Stay there. Right, so that should basically bond to there. Alright, cool. That's bonded. So you're going to basically clamp this, you're going to clamp this to this. Put this on the cutting board and literally, there we go. So that will basically stick. Ah, Jesus. I know it's basically like looks a mess with blue tape on it, but it's the only way I can think of actually doing it. Right, okay, we've got some bit of gremlin on this one. Fill in there, no problem. Not a good idea, it's definitely not a good idea to use like this phone. The plasto is no problem, but is it all black? Hang on. Okay, you got it. Hello, life to be made. Hello, everybody. Right, this is how I actually got my laptop now. It's actually on a little stand. So I got like a laptop on a little stand, basically, like, you know. And then I've got this very nice spotlight. I've got another one coming today. It's the one going to hold another webcam, and going to hold another webcam. It's going to have like a big ring light. Now across here, right, okay, right, I'm up at camera number 1, so there we are. That's all like the deathwing stuff at the moment. That's all been done. I've decided to put it all on one table. So there you go. So that's what we're doing at the moment. So what we're doing, guys, is actually making dragon's horns, and boy, they are a pain in the fucking backside. So what we've done is, these are the patterns for like the dragon's horns cut out. We put them onto foam. I've just basically got some modifications on some of them, right, to re-glue, and that's one I've actually sanded down. That is a pain in the arse. It's my fault because when I first started doing the dragon's horns for like the Poland, see candle 1 here, these here. This is made out of this material. See that? That's really good to actually use as dragon's horns. I should have actually used, this is 5mm plastic foam. This is very good, it's very transparent. You can actually, you know, you can actually see, you know, basically that's the lighting. So there you go. So what we've done is, sorry, over here. So what we've got is, this is my wig stand. So we've actually got 2 hair grip bands in it, and then we're going to basically put the horns on there, like so, as per, like that. Yeah, no problem, live to be made. Thank you. Good luck. I enjoy your streams. They're really fun. Even though I do lurk. Oh, bloody hell, it's freezing in here. Jesus. A lurk. I like that, a lurk. That's brilliant. That's a good word. I like that. It's quite fun. You're lurking again. Right, so what we've done here, this one's done. So we can take all of the glue tape off it, because I had to try and hold this together. Trouble is, oh shit. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have really done that. Oh, fuck. All the lurks. Right, I have to basically redo this again, because maybe I should have used hot glue. Probably that's basically really awkward to play around with. You know, you can put, right, let's put that together again. Right, put that back there, so I might have to basically put some foam clay down that seam once it's basically. This is a pain in the arse, this. I don't know why I bloody started this, but never mind. I'm basically going to crack on, man. Crack on, definitely. Right, so they're done. Those dragon's horns are done. They've got them dried. And it goes basically popped and scuffed. Right, so next ones. So the moment of truth for this one. This might look like a bit of origami, but it's not. It's got to be basically bent. I'll tell you what I like to be made, right? I've done horns before, and I've actually used blue insulation foam, glued together and cut, and then covered in warbler, and boy, they were heavy. Right? Now, you can use foam for them. You can use like normal EVA foam, exactly like what I'm doing at the moment. Trouble is, if I've got like 3mm foam, right, 2mm's too thin, like 3mm it actually will work like magic, but it's trying to actually get them to curve. Right, now I've actually got to join this baby together. well, the other way you could do it, you could actually sandwich 10mm foam together, right? You know, say about three layers of 10mm foam, put them onto the belt stand or Dremel them, turn them to actually make the whole, then cover the whole lot in Warbler. Warbler adds loads of weight onto them. And if you're wearing that for a whole Comic Con, say about a whole full day, like sort of like 9 o'clock in the morning to about 6, and then go on to the after show party, like, boy, you'll feel it in the morning. Seriously, they can be, you know, it's challenging, this is a challenge. But when I made them for the polders, they're a lot easier because like the material is so easy to actually bend and keep its shape. This is 5mm foam. They're going to be very light, and they've got to have more magma cold on them and everything. And what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to put some white paint on this to get the orange to pop to make the lava, and then of course the wood burning tool. Your antler halls, I mean, you know, that sounds good, antler halls. I mean, someone did a Yezera cosplay, Blue Dragon. She's like the druid dragon, the nature dragon, right? And someone actually made antler halls out of foam, but put all like the detail, the lines, all that, like what Bone has with a wood burning tool. When I was watching Wonder Woman 1984 on Amazon Prime yesterday, right, I had a Wonder Woman day yesterday, I was watching both of them, and in it they've got the amazing gold armour with wings at the back, full breastplate, helm and all that. Jesus Christ, that'd be a nice one to make. That'd be a nice one to make for somebody. It's a really nice bit of armour. It's like a Valkyrie armour, right, but it's got wings. And in the film, like the legendary warrioress who actually had the armour, the gold armour, actually used to wrap it around herself like a sort of a shield, right, to protect herself. And that's what like the actress did in like Wonder Woman 1984. It's a good film actually. I was up at Warner Brothers. I didn't start to Warner Brothers until last year. We actually finished filming that. Right, so going to actually leave that temporarily now. Right, so I'm going to try and get this one to actually marry up. So I've got to remember, let's have a look at my chart. Right, so C1. Right, have I got to mark these out? Right, C3, C4. C1, C2. So making sure, hang on, let's have a look. I better double check that bevel. Right, okay, bevel alert. Okay, so. So, what we see now? C3, that's okay. Now C. Oh, hell, hang on. This is wrong, this is totally wrong. I've glued the wrong side. You're an idiot, Andy. Honest to God. Bye for now. Thank you, life being made. Have a good kip. Or, sorry, sleep, not sorry to say. Right, so let's just try again. Let's just basically see where we are going with this. Right, so okay, yeah, I know what I've done. I've done a bloody wrong side. So C1, right, so now we're basically cooking on gas. That will basically work because that's the right bevel. You fucking idiot, Andy. Sorry, I'm rushing again, guys. $45 degrees. Yeah, no problem, zombie. In the UK, we've got to fill out a census form. Literally, basically determining like the UK's population as of now. So it happens every 10 years. Years ago, they used to send a massive big book. It's like War and Peace, a big sort of like thick questionnaire which you've got to fill in for census. Right now, I've got to do the whole lot online. And if you don't basically do it, you get fined £1,000. Right, so let's just basically see where we are. So that side, right, okay, so where are I? What we're going to do, we're going to start slowly with this because this is going to take some time to actually get it. Once I've basically got this the glue to set within 24 hours properly, it's going to basically do the tidying up, getting rid of all the excess glue because this is the only way I can think of actually doing these dragon's horns for a headpiece because they are going to be heavy if I basically use like my normal way. Really, truly. Where there's a problem, there's always a solution. That's what I say. Right, okay. So C1, C2, so that way, C, that's it. Right, so that's done. It's just basically going to tidy this up. It's a bit gluey. Oh, bloody hell, this glue, jeez. Oh. God save us. You know, some people have got like a sort of a favourite smell. For example, my favourite smell is petrol, right? And also, tarmac has been freshly laid. And also, the smell of like new carpet. You know, you probably think, you know, what's he on about? You know, as I lost my sense of smell. But the thing is, you get your favourite smell, like petrol, definitely. I love the smell of petrol. Well, enjoy your Netflix, definitely. My favourite song project, especially with like a wedding disco. How to annoy the bridegroom, the bride's mum. I'll smack my bitch up. Right, be right back, guys. I really need to get another coffee because it's freezing cold in here. Right, even though it's supposed to be like better weather's coming. So be right back. Intermission time. That's some pretty. Yeah. Well, okay. Thank you. Sorry, this is my intermission page. That's what I've just made. That's what my 2 cosplays done so far. Thank you very much. Right, and we are back. Right, time for a twirl. And a cup of tea in my legendary coffee mug. Buying's on the quip. Right, now we've got to really go carefully on this. What I'm doing is basically letting one stuff to dry, but it's about 5 to 10 minutes when this glue starts. When this glue goes completely solid, 24 hours until it actually got like it's got a huge, got like a strength on it to actually bond permanently without having to rip it off. Right, so basically clean that up. Right, so that goes, oh my god. That's basically being bent that way. Right, so we're going to basically put tape against that, like so. With this headpiece, this is one of the most sort of challenging parts of the Lady Deathwing project. Definitely. Well, I suppose he spoke to my friend who's a nurse. He loves it. You know, he's looking forward to wearing it. Yes, I did. Sorry. Yes, I did. With the one on the the Deathwing one with the sort of like, you know, looking like, you know, in black. That's not been showcased at the Comic Con because I only completed that at the end of last year. The one on the right, the Putress, with the little banner by the side of it, that's been showcased in 2019 at a few comic conventions, I think. There was the MCN in London in May. There was the London Film and Comic Con in July 2019. And also the anime convention also in 2019, and the MCN in October 2019. And and Deathwing, the one I basically completed like the end of last year, has not been to a Comic Con yet because of lockdown. So I've just been knocking out armour stuff, during the lockdown, i.e. last year and this year, so, to date. So, I'm hoping to get Deathwing showcase this year. Well, you got one, I know you got one in Sweden that's held at the Globen Theatre in Stockholm, the Globen sort of like auditorium in Stockholm. I think there might be a Copenhagen Comic Con. I'm not sure. You have to, I'm sure there is. There's always a Comic Con going on anywhere in Europe. I know they're really big in the USA. When you've got a famous cosplay coming over here, right? For example, MCN, right? Take for MCN, it's one of the biggest Comic Cons, held twice a year in sort of London, twice a year in Birmingham, Glasgow. Right, and Manchester. They, when I asked like the top level cosplayers, right, the well-known ones who go to BlizzCon, right, the organisers pay for their, pay for their desk, pay for their table, right, and their flights, and also their hotel for 4 days. Quite a lot of money. The smaller ones, they don't. They just give them a table. Well, I know for a fact they've actually, MCN has said to us that they penciled in they penciled the Comic Con in London for October this year. But it does depend if the lockdown's eased. You know what I mean? Because at the moment, the venue they actually have to host the MCN is actually the COVID treatment centre, right? You know, for treating COVID cases. You see, so they've actually used it. They named it the Florence Nightingale Hospital. Right, let's go to actually take this up again. So leave that to actually glue. See, when you're making these dragon's horns, you've got to actually bevel certain edges at the foam. You know, if you're using like sort of thinner foam, that is. You know, about 45 degrees, right, to actually get it to say 45 degrees that way, 45 degrees that way. So basically, it's like that sort of like join. Sometimes it doesn't work. It's because of it. It's because of like the 5 mils. This is 5 mil. This will basically I will actually basically get this, suss this out. You know, definitely. Right. So the thing is, I'm putting all this blue tape in for a reason, to actually make sure the glue is going to set. So I can get back to this one now. So that's been joined now. Thank goodness I basically don't have to make. I mean, on the pauldrons, if you can see it on camera 1, I'll hope the light's okay. If you can see on camera 1, right, these are using the same pattern, right? I had to make 6 of them for each of like, you know, like the dragons, the pauldrons. This is for my friend who's a nurse. You know, I'm doing the same thing, but you know, I'm using a totally different material. You know, Plasso that was, but I'm using like EVA heavy, high density foam. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to basically glue this side here and that side, but we're going to do it in increments because I don't want to sort of put too much glue on it and suddenly the whole lot falls apart. It's like building an Airfix model of a Spitfire sometimes. Never mind, it's a challenge. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the challenge. Someone said to me, "Oh no, you never could do that. You know, it's not possible." No, you try me. So far, this costume alone, Lady Deathwing, right? All of this so far has been about. It's cost me about LEDs and all that. You'd probably say about £100. So for £100 of work done on this, you know, materials of my time, if I wanted to do a commission. If you built this, if I built this for somebody that was commissioning me, it'd be about £400 to £400, depending what, if they want like LEDs and all that, you know. But the only thing I can't do is the sewing. So I basically got another cosplay friend of mine. She actually cosplays a lot of League of Legends cosplays, right? Like Kathleen, and I think she wanted to do a Miss Fortune, but I'm not sure. Anyway, but she's very good with the sewing machine, and so she's going to be doing the sewing for me. I just get the material, the design, right, and also some shoe covers, because I need to actually get a pair of boots that actually customised to actually make it look like sort of like with all this design on it. I've only been I only started cosplaying started at the end of 2017 making my very first. Really? Don't say that, anyone can craft. What you have to do, right, if you wanted to make a breastplate, you just basically got to get a pattern, right, from category cosplays, right, and cut it out onto foam. You know, it's easy to do. I mean, I can't teach you. I mean, remember, this is not a tutorial. This is a how-to video, a how-to stream. You know, give me a couple of years ago, repairing trains. What you mean, like sort of full-size repairing trains? I can just see you lifting up a sort of a locomotive in the off its bogies and basically repairing the brushes and all that, yeah, and the springs, and also, you know, repairing the motors, yeah, you know, engineering, love it. Right, now where was I? Oh shit, well, I've been talking again, the glue's gone. Oh yeah, I've been on the metro, comes all the way from Kastrup Airport straight to Copenhagen, because we like stayed in a hotel not far from the palace. Yeah, I love Copenhagen. I went there about 10 years ago, you know, meet some World of Warcraft friends. Yeah, it's a good little metro, this. You know, the first time we actually went Copenhagen, we had to get the escort. But the metro is actually amazing. And then getting the train all the way across from Copenhagen, Copenhagen Central all the way across to Malmo by the Awesome Link. Yeah. I remember my friend who lives in Copenhagen, he lives not far from the where the Carlsberg Brewery is, right? He showed me like this. It was a brick. It was like the castle walls of the palace, and there's a cannonball stuck into it. And so it's like from the Battle of Copenhagen in like Nelson's time. And of course, what happened was there's some Chinese tourists decided to actually take the piss out of like the palace guards, right? And one of them got like the rifle butt into his face. I remember finding the bar over there, it just basically served nothing but all the different Carlsbergs. And we went to a thing called the Oktoberfest. It's like a piss take of the Oktoberfest in Munich, but it was sponsored by Tuborg Lager. It's quite fun actually. Knocking back Carlsberg Elephant Beer. Right, so that's basically done. So what we're going to do now, we're going to actually peel some of this tape off very slowly, because otherwise I don't want this to bust, because by the time I have to do another stream on this, it's going to not work. Because I have to do a lot of sanding. I'll tell you what, do you want to actually go and work on our trains in the underground? At one time, the underground in London, right, the trains were so old, the tube system was crumbling because of lack of money. Because they're like, you know, very underfunded, so they're like running on sort of trains that are like sort of 50 odd years old. But now, because like money has come through available from the tubes, it's a different kettle of fish, because they actually basically got new rolling stock. Because all the cosplayers are so looking forward to the MCN in the XL, which is like the Docklands area, and of course to get across, if you're like living in like say Western England, you had to get to Paddington, actually get the tube across, or the metro, the tube all the way over to like the east part of London, right? You know, stop at main line, Paddington, get the tube. Now we should have this crossrail opening up very soon. It actually take us all the way for people, you know, on one train from Paddington to the XL exhibition centre. You know, it's a good idea, the crossrail. I wish it opens though. I'm having a bit of hassle here. Right, so what I'm going to do is try and flex this. I've got this last bit to join here, and what I'm doing is I'm actually heating the stone, but not burning it, and as it becomes all rubbery, and able to actually basically mould it into shape. I need to basically heat it up, get the tape, and basically pin those together so I basically close up this joint even further. Nightmare. Mind you, that Wonder Woman film was, well, see what happened was my job is I work 3 days a week in the props department for Warner Brothers Studios, and I haven't been back to work since Christmas. You know, since I broke up for Christmas, so I'm basically staying at home until they basically asked me back. Now, when I started there, Wonder Woman 1984 just finished filming. Totally missed it. But I was told about the creations actually made, especially that armour that actually had like the end of the film. It's like amazing. I still, you know, that'd be a nice build to do though. Right, so what we're going to do, we're just going to basically literally flex this back a bit more, and hopefully I can glue this bit by bit. So, oh god, this is a pain in the arse. And plus, I've actually my creation I did for MCN in 2019 is actually on YouTube. Or for the Masquerade, I entered the Masquerade as sort of major masquerade. I didn't win any prize, but I got a nice consolation prize. Got a sort of goodie bag. You know, it's like taking part. And the video came out sort of like months later on it. I was well proud of that. Because I've got to get for my Deathwing and my friend's Lady Deathwing, I've got to get I've got to organise the hotels, get the ticket for like 1 day, because like Saturday at the MCN is absolutely packed to like hell. Sunday is a little bit quieter. Right, and of course it'll be the Masquerade day, so. And then I've of course got to organise my photographer, and also someone else to actually look after my friend, because she'll be cosplaying and basically had to get her ready for photo shoots. That's what I basically do. You can't do a cosplay, go to a comic convention cosplay if it's really sort of like, you know, extreme. Because you do need something to give you a hand. You can't. I tried to do it, I got really stressed out. So I'm basically going to put a layer on now. So I've got to basically literally join these up. I'm just going to leave these other ones to dry, because if I rush this is going to go tits up, go totally Pete Tong. I'm saying to myself sometimes, why the bloody hell do I do this? Ah! Never mind, it's the creativity inside me. As well as like I mean, I first started becoming creative again. I was basically doing drawing and painting, and also some skateboard deck designs. I've made one World of Warcraft one, Death Knight Apocalypse artifact weapon from the Legion's expansions, right? A Symmetra from Overwatch skateboard, right, which is basically a commission. A Sally White mane from Heroes of the Storm skateboard for a cosplayer, and another Overwatch one, a Diva one, Diva Overwatch. They all got, you know, blank deck, and I just completely do the design on it. I mean, the Sally White mane one, I actually got the actual picture of Sally White mane engraved, laser engraved. And that did cost me sod all. Right, so that's basically getting tacky, which is basically a good sign. So I'm basically going to literally wrap this up. Because what I'm going to do, I basically take all this up. I know it's like a mess, man, but you know, it's I just want this to stick. And this is going to stick, whatever basically comes across from it. Right, so that's one bit done. That bit, I'm just basically do this, take this bit by bit, and really tighten that tape round. So the only bit I need to do is actually move that out of the way. It's basically this bit up here. So we're just going to put another bit of glue. Come on, come on. Oh, fuck's sake. I need to basically refill this glue, and what's more, the glue's getting cold and basically not pouring out properly, so I can heat this glue, heat this contact adhesive up. Because it doesn't like cold weather. It sort of goes all sort of putty like. You know, at the moment it's getting cloudy, which means it's cooling down. It's not drying off, it's just basically not easy to pour out of the thing. And if you basically try to actually use it, it becomes all lumpy. So it should be like the colour of golden syrup, to be honest. So we're basically going to heat this up, get the air out of it. Let's just basically put that. Yeah, that's basically flowing right now. So that's basically that's basically liquefied now. I have to re-liquefy by heating the glue then. It's something I basically wouldn't, you know, it'd be embarrassing if this basically thing decided to actually, decide to actually melt the squeegee bottle with the glue in it. Bit rough, I know, but the thing is, I have to actually leave these overnight because for the glue to actually to stick to actually bond, and then basically bevel the sand in. I think I might basically do a bit of it now. Right, put a bit of tape around here because once it's basically all completely cured overnight, this will be will be like next to actually any gaps I've got left. I'll just basically fill it up with foam clay. So that's hopefully, that one I basically got to leave till then. That one's okay, so we've literally got one more to join to marry up together. This is basically like, this has been glued for 10 minutes, over 10 minutes, which is a good sign. So let's have a look. So C1, C2, C3, C4. And hopefully, yeah, let's basically get this bevel right in. Right, so the moment of truth, guys. Let's basically join this last piece, and that was a little bit. Hang on, let's have a look at that angle. Just basically going to flatten that a bit, just a bit more. So that bevel there, so basically it's like C1, C2, C3, C4. So basically I'm going by what's on the, like my sort of cue sheet, as you could basically put it really. Right, oh yeah, that's perfect. That is perfect. Right, so we're going to. Now we're not going to basically glue it all into place at once, so we're going to basically join it there, so it's basically parallel there. Okay, so we get a point of reference on here, and there. So basically where we I basically put pen marks, if I can make a pen doesn't bloody work. So I've got pen marks there, pen marks there, so up to there I've actually glued that. Put some glue down there, along this edge here. Basically clear up this spreader. I use either this glue spreader or a bit of old contact adhesive. Anyway, basically like literally get like an even coat. So I'm going to leave those like that, so literally when they become sort of like within 5 to 10 minutes they will become tacky, almost dry, and you get your bond. Right, so that's basically going, that's getting tacky. Yeah, one of my friends from Sweden, she got a press pass, right, you know, reported the Excel, you know, because she works for like one of the Swedish newspapers, right, and of course, you know, she's been everywhere, right, she even went to Chernobyl, you know, celebrating 30 years of like the nuclear accident, and when she went to Chernobyl, she couldn't go into Ukraine. She had to go like the border of Belarus, you know, right Russia, in order to get there and give her a permit. Anyhow, anyway, so she went to a Comic Con, right? And of course, she got like, she actually, well, what happened was, she did. I told her about the etiquette, right, of photographing cosplayers. Don't photo snipe, don't photo bomb, and never take photographs without their permission. She got, you know, and of course she was arguing the toss. He goes, well, you know, I said, look, if you do that again, right, you're going to be turfed out the event. You know, you don't just do that. You know, you ask permission. But she did take, you know, she managed, it only took her a while to take notice. Photo bombing is where you basically got, you know, you got one photographer there, right, who's asked you, and then suddenly you want to go and get something to eat or go to the loo, and you can't because people have got their tablets or camera or phones out taking photographs of you. You know, some of them don't even ask permission. That's what really pisses me off. Photo sniping, you've got like a top end, you know, professional photographer who's actually giving up their, who's actually basically giving their services free, and you've got a photo shoot, you know, with all the lights and everything like that, you know, probably like the reflected disc, and someone else comes along and starts basically hijacking, you know, doing photographs while they're basically, you know, doing it. Of course, they can get their colour film. There we are, Putris Undead Gloves. Been made into the ebon blade style. These were like originally bone colour, but I actually sanded them down. This is like from the first bit, and actually made into ebon blade style. You know, dark. It's got fluorescent paint on them as well. And of course, they will actually react to this. Luminous paint, so it will glow in the dark when you put like a light source on it. And of course, yeah, it works. I better go and start getting some mannequins, some more mannequins. I think I'm running out of room here. I've got her deathwing, my deathwing, Putris. Right, okay, so it's going to take some time. I have to leave this to dry a bit more. Just let it to bond. Right, so what we can do is, we start by gluing this piece here, right, just a little smidgen of contact adhesive on here. God, I sound like a bloody blue pizza here, man. I'm going to have to do some more. I'm going to have to do more work tomorrow on this, I think. Probably in the afternoon, because it's not going to, you know, I've got to let glue dry That's the only drawback is, you know, you've got to let the contact adhesive to work its magic so it's like solid as a rock before starting it. Because once I basically get all these dragon's horns fixed together, leave them to dry, I then got to, once they're basically fixed together, I then got to like leave them to dry overnight, get back next morning, get back tomorrow afternoon, take all of this tape off, and then sand all these edges down, and then basically any gaps I've got, I'll probably going to fill with some foam clay, I think. So that goes there, so just have to leave that a little while longer. So basically, once that's basically clipped together. I mean, it's happened before on the pole. It's happened before on the polders, you see. You know, when I did the polders and the breastplate, all of my builds. You know, using like a base pattern and customising it. These are my polders for my deathwing. I mean, you see the photographs of my intermission section, so there you are. And they basically got insulation foams. You just see the blue insulation foams, the dragon's horn, which is covered in water. And they're solid as a rock. They're not heavy, you know, because like all this is foam. I mean, this paint, you know, it's flex paint, so it's not sort of coming off. It's been varnished as well. I will have to basically do a bit of touching up on it, you know, because like, you know, stuff happens, like stuff falls down. So go and get some tape, get another tape. I've got some more of this tape, so I'm really low on this one. So making sure that this is going to be the trickiest bit. Put that in there. That's getting tacky now, so it's basically that can bond. I can hold that, put that across there, that across there, and then basically put another bit of tape underneath to reinforce. I could use any tape. I could use gaffer tape if I wanted to. Just basically trim that off because it's only like this edge I've got to basically think of. So I have to do this bit by bit because trying to glue it when it's basically still wet can be a problem. And what I can do is basically use that edge there and I'm trying to get that to curve round. Reinforce that just a little bit more. More tape. I know that, you know, it's a bit over the top, but the thing is, you want it to basically stay. Definitely, that's what I'm basically concerned about. And of course, like, you know, you've got to take pride in your work. Definitely. Right, now put a little bit there, but we're not going to basically loop it anywhere because I basically want to basically start gluing this section here in the middle. So basically going to do this in intervals, not through the whole lot. So we're going to basically, oh shit, so basically like let this fall on the floor. So we're going to glue that bit there. Right, take the excess off. So we've got a thin layer of contact adhesive and also on the other side. Oh, Ben, I sound like I'm really giving instructions here. I'm not a professional, guys. I'm not a professional. Just basically, you know, I've been watching loads of YouTube videos on builds and basically like stemming it from that. They've given me the inspiration. Right, so I'm going to leave that to do that's magic. Oh, that'll have to basically address next time. Here this is all dry, you can actually see where we are. That's not gluing. Refill this glue bottle as well. Plenty on there. I'm just doing this, top this all up on each of the dragon tools. Might be open. Right, okay, I think that might work actually. If I basically leave it, glue it at a right angle there, without having to try to bend it. There we are, perfect. So basically got that has to basically, you know, and I can actually bevel that to round it off. Right, this bit is a problem. That bit I'll leave it to glue. So there we go. So that's basically setting. I might. Actually, yeah, hang on a minute. This might work. No, it's not. It's not. It's basically got a big bulge there. Okay, so I know what I'm going to do now. So we have to basically glue that side and the underside. Right. Okay. So I think I basically cracked it. And I wonder why basically. I think it has to be curved around to actually join both edges. I may be wrong, but it's going to make my life simple. Right, I'm going to put loads of glue all over this edge here. Alright, and go and get the, make sure that base doesn't fall down. Put that onto there, and that on the, I mean, it doesn't worry, it doesn't. Pain in the arse. Really tighten that up. Tighten that up. Cool. I think yes, I think they're basically in business here. I think they're basically done it. Then we basically literally got, once we basically the glue is dry, you can actually literally bevel like, profile the edges with a bevel. So it's basically literally like, you know, sort of round as such. Right, we're going to get some glue and go to spread the glue inside and the glue underneath there. I'm rushing now, oh Jesus. So leave that to cure. Basically put that back up there, so literally then we have to put some more tape on, I think. tape really tightly around here. Just as long as that edge is absolutely flush. And if it does work out, I'll just basically, I mean, I've got like a very small gap to play around with. Just put foam clay in it. No, it doesn't look like it. It looks like a mess. It looks like a bloody bit of foam with decorator's tape on it, but it's there for a purpose to actually glue it, to secure the glue. And of course, when this dries, eventually, take this off, take that off. So that's basically literally dry. So we've got a bit of a bevel to do there. Take this bit off here, so that's basically glue, that's basically dry. This one is not yet dry. This has all got to be now. I think what we have to do is basically stand this down a bit to Jesus Christ. Sorry, what happened was the surgical glove got caught around the bloody Dremel sanding head, not my finger. So what we're going to do, put this here, move across to like to this. I think I might be able to basically do this. One of these will have to be chopped. The top has to be chopped up. You know, it's like a broken hole. Which I basically will, I'll basically keep these glued as like all in one tap hole and basically decide, you know, if they're like this bit is bad, then I'll basically decide to actually right, so that's nearly done actually. Do the end on here, really heat it up. Now, once that, now basically we've got both of these sides, then I can actually get some glue down here. How to actually do dragon's tools like the hard way? Easy. Don't use it like a thicker foam. That's the lesson I'm learning now. But the thing is, I'm not basically going to abandon it and start again because I haven't got any 3mm foam. That's the only thing. That's the thickest I could. That's the only way I could think of doing this. If I basically ordered it, if I basically did this, thought about it, right? Not use say 5mm, use 3mm, right? Probably a low density, so it's easy to actually bend, flex a bit, and basically get the glue properly, you know. Right, so we're going to have to do a little bit of work on this because we will have detail on this, you know, like probably some extra foam caps or something like that. I know there's a chain got to go there, so let's basically glue that one together. Right, so leave that to dry. So of course we have to do a bit of beveling on it, but I'm afraid that hasn't got the glue on it. I might have to basically prise that, pop that panel up. I remember when back in 2018, I went to the anime convention before, you know, up in Leicester, right? Leicester's a good place, right? You've got, you know, it's held at the Montfort University, right? Good place to go, you know, an hour by train, you know, get a really good ticket price from like a train line. Stayed at a hotel, right? This is before a cosplay, right? And of course, the time I went, you had like football played at Leicester City Football Club, Liverpool, right? And of course, you had Gay Pride, and it was amazing people you met in the pub, you know, during that time. It was just up the road. I remember the first time I went to Leicester for the anime convention, right? I went to a pub up there, you know, a gay pub. It's quite interesting, right? You know, good characters there. Good characters. Right, so that's the last of the blue tape. Let's go to the next one, the dark blue tape. Right, so this is a little bit better actually, this tape. So we're going to basically stick this across here. Really, really tight. So we're going to basically leave a bit of a tab so it's easy to peel off. It says, because I'm left-handed. There you go. So, what I can do now, let's just go to, right, I might be able to do something about this one now. So, I think that's basically gluing, that's basically glue. So, this side, I might have to basically Dremel this. And then the place that we're staying at back in 2019, right? I stayed at the anime convention because it's held at like a university. Right, they hire out. They do it all to the conventions, like, you know, London Metropolitan for the London anime convention, and also the others. So they actually let out like the student accommodation for people to stay. You know, you get like a key. And what happened was, the place is not far from the actual convention area, right? You know, you only got to go about half a mile down the road from like the Montfort University, come to Old Leicester, you know, which will all be like pedestrianised and basically got its like Victorian charm. And good pubs down there. So, once in 2018, there was a pub there, right? Really good pubs, you know, I decided to go and get a bite to eat. Anyway, what happened was, I went to this pub. They were selling Motorhead beer. You know the band Motorhead, right? Roadkill, and basically like the brewery have actually given them glasses. I wanted to take one home because I collect beer glasses. That's what I do. Every time I go on holiday, I go and like basically nick a beer glass from a pub. Right, okay, so this is not very good for cutting, whipping up that is actually. Right, I'm going to basically do a bit of more work on this one's making a bit of pain in the arse. Okay. Right, so that's basically up, that's basically bonded. Just this little bit here. Right, okay, I've got, I've done fucking 3 hours of this. It's not productive enough. I'm not happy about this, but the thing is, it's getting it. It will take some time. Right, it's just going to literally put some glue on there, because tomorrow I'll get back to this and I'll basically take all of this tape off. Right, take all this tape off and basically tidy it up with, like, getting rid of the glue marks. Okay, so that's my next stage. Right, so I think what we do is basically keep it like that. That's basically pretty cool. That's basically getting there. That's basically gluing. That's basically sticking. Right, but having this tape is basically literally give it a bit more really tight. Decorator's tape tight around it, like so. Ugh. I used to do this with Airfix models when I was a kid. I used to actually glue bits together because for the whole like the fuselage, especially like making a B-17 Fortress. You know. So right, okay, so that's DONE. Let's double check this. This is all right actually. Right, let's take this tape off here. Now I can safely say like at least 3 of these horns are safe to be done some more. So that's done. I'm going to have to take the rest of it off. But I don't want to sort of take it I don't want to sort of rip it off like if it's basically unwrapping an Amazon box, because, you know, otherwise it will start ripping the glue off. Right, but this doesn't really truly need to basically cure. So that's basically okay. So there's no sort of like loose ends. So that's done. Let's just basically tidy this up. It's the right mess. Sorry about my craft table being a mess, guys. You know, you probably think, what a messy sod. I'm going to try and I'll tidy up as I go along. That's what I endeavour to do. So that's done. Right, so one's done. So like, let's just see what this other one. Right, this has basically been left to actually stick for a long time. Right, so I'm actually going to take all this tape off really carefully. Right, this is what I like about it. You've done all this work and suddenly like all the tape's like, you know, just don't sort of like rip it off like anything. Just basically slowly rip it off. It's a bit like when you get a new computer case, right? You've got like this very nice tempered glass, right, showing all your RGB on it, right? And like, realise like the computer is finished, right? It powers up first time, everything recognises Windows, recognises all your keyboard, etc., graphics card, right? And then basically like all the LEDs work. And the last thing to do is actually do the unpeeling of the film on the tempered glass. It's like a really good feeling. One of my computer IT friends, right, he's got an accession. He assessed with new computer smell, you know, new boxes, you know. Right, so that's okay. So we could actually do something about this, because we can actually do a bit more modifications. Because don't forget, these got to be, you know, this is holding. So what we can do now with this, let's go basically do a little bit of a slight bit of tidying up. Especially around the edges. Now what we do is basically get what I'm going to do now, just turn this off, cut that up. Now basically put just a dash of light glue down here, so we can That looks like it's okay, but that side I just need it to stick down. Ah, what a night now. Where do I put that? Down here. Actually, this is good decorator's tape I bought here. This is going handy. So we've only got just this. I'm just going to make it concentrate this lower half. Just tidy this up now. So there we go. So that is basically solid as a rock. But the thing is, I will have to basically do a little bit more. That's coming off. It's alright, what to do. I'll tell you what, I'm going to fill that up with stone clay once the rest of the glue dries. Because I've got stone clay or flex fill, or flex filler. It's like, you know, you can actually fill the gaps in. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm just going to basically put the hot air gun on full blast, like so. And then turn this in the heat about 7 centimetres away, approximately, or whatever. Just do a little bang. There, and then those liquids heat the top of it. So that, the top of it's just filled up. So leave that to cool. Again, basically do the same for the other one that's basically got all the tape of it. We can close up the point, so it basically looks, you know, and basically profile it, you know, you know, it's all flexible there. So I don't want to put too much heat on it so to burn it. Just the time, the end bit. Okay. I don't want to make it too much pressure. So we basically put some foam clay into like any sort of like gas. You know, it looks like black old cocoa. So there's just two. So we have to do a bit more work on them. No dealing, right? So leave those. Those are basically literally almost done. So I basically got to concern myself about that bloody thing. Oh, shit. So let's just glue this bit here. Let's just make it sand this down. I mean, this will be reinforced as well. We're going with like sort of like magma coal all over the place. You know, you've got like a, you know, little bits of like 5mm foam dotted around here. You know, showing like, you know, then sort of like with a background of orange. Just kind of leave that. I won't basically glue that together until that's basically literally tacky. So with this next, we've basically got the magma coal. We've got to basically mount this to like the headpiece, which I've basically got now somewhere I know. Oh, it's on the other desk. So we've got the headpiece base plate, and we've got making spikes, which is no problem. I use some thinner foam and basically mould some epoxy sculpt with it. It's like a sort of a very fast acting modelling clay. It's very good stuff. Okay. It's necessary to have this blue tape to actually know the glue to actually bond. So you know, I mean, the other way you could do it is actually for speed, actually use super glue. That's okay. So I'll put some foam clay into those edges to actually fill the gaps. Right folks, I'm going to have to make a move, I'm afraid. Thank you very much for raising me life to be made. I know you're probably like asleep now and still lurking. I've really got to go and get something to eat. I'm starving. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you find this stream very informative and interesting. Do give us your feedbacks. It's up to you. Right, so there you go. So that's what we've done dragon tools, right? They take a bit of time. Once we basically all this glue cured over 24 hours, right, then we basically start working. That's where it's moved. So thank you very much. I mean, all I'm basically concerned about, I mean, because it's not in plaster, it's not going to have LEDs in it, so I'm going to have to basically do a bit more work on those. So there you go, so that's the dragon's horns we made. We just got to leave them to cure, right? Take all the tape off, profile them, tidy it up a bit, then basically go for the next step. Fill the joints with foam clay, as and when it's needed. Hopefully they're not basically going to, not too much. So thank you very much for watching. Have a good evening, and I'll be back on tomorrow around about 2 PM UK time. So good night. Bye for now.